In this video, you will learn 5 new psychologically based tips that will make you immediately more attractive. These are simple but powerful changes based on the science of attraction that anyone can do right now and become universally more attractive. But wait, I bet you're thinking, how is that possible? Everyone is different. People have different preferences of what they find physically attractive. So how can I become more attractive to everyone and anyone? Well, that's where the science of attraction comes in. You see, attractiveness is something much, much deeper than physical appearance. Attraction is that magnetic chemistry that is given off by your attitude and your personality and your energy. And when you understand how this romantic attraction works, you can use that knowledge to skyrocket the chemistry between you and the man you're interested in. But I want to make one fact perfectly clear. It's true that men are first attracted to the way a woman looks. However, and this is the most important fact, a man's attraction towards you will grow exponentially if you're able to create the right chemistry. Now, psychologists have studied romantic attraction for some time, and as you might expect, there is a science to it. In other words, there are universal principles of attraction that you can apply in your life that will immediately amplify your level of attractiveness and chemistry. And that starts with number 1. Use the familiarity principle of attraction. This principle is also known as the mere exposure effect, and it's one of the core concepts responsible for developing romantic attraction. And simply put, we develop a preference for things and people that we become familiar with. So the more often a person is seen by someone, the more attractive that person seems. Of course, that is only if your exposure to that person is positive or neutral. If it's negative, then you'll probably like that person less. This principle has been widely studied and demonstrated in many research studies. I actually experienced this phenomenon firsthand. As a graduate student, I remember starting every new semester excited about the new friends or new relationships that I might find. And on the first day of every semester, I would scan the rooms to see if I had any attractive women in my classes. One fall semester, I remember looking in, not finding anyone to be particularly attractive. However, as I got to know one woman, I found her to become extremely attractive to me. The funny part is that I didn't notice her at the beginning of the semester, but the more familiar she became, the more attractive I found her. That's the familiarity principle of attraction. So, how can you use this principle to become more attractive to a man? Well, you're going to find ways to expose yourself to him. Ways to expose yourself to him. Not in that kind of exposure. No, you're going to put yourself in front of him as much as possible in person and through videos and even online. Obviously, being around him in person and having positive interactions is the most powerful, but don't discount the power of photos and videos and social media. The more you can put yourself in front of that person and have positive interactions, the more he will be attracted to you as a result. And while interacting with him, you are going to also be engaging in tips number 2 and number 3, which are radiate happiness and confidence using positive body language. There's nothing more attractive and sexy than a person who is confident and happy, both of which are best demonstrated through your body language and the way you carry yourself. So let's talk about happiness first. Happiness has a way of making you more attractive to others. It's true, people who are happy draw others in like moths to a flame. That's because happiness influences how people view your level of good looks and attractiveness. In fact, studies have found that women whose photos showed expressions of joy and happiness were judged as being much healthier and more attractive than the same women in photos without such expressions. So, you can apply this principle by starting every conversation with your love interest in a fun, high energy, and playful way. When you see him, I want you to increase your energy level and enthusiasm. And when he sees your genuine level of happiness, he will come to many conclusions. He will feel like you are open and easy to talk to and probably quite optimistic. He will recognize you as someone whose company would make him smile because of the positivity it radiates. And people want nothing more than to be happy. So when we see someone who we believe to have already found happiness, we're automatically attracted to him or her. So smile broadly and you will look more attractive and approachable because smiles convey friendly intentions and also makes other people feel better. And when you're smiling in response to seeing someone like him, it makes him feel like you're smiling because of him. But these smiles must be genuine. That means that you are genuinely feeling joy and happiness and smiling with your eyes beaming. And confidence is another trait that both men and women find very sexy. That's because confidence creates an aura that draws people in. It shows people that you're comfortable with yourself, which grants you a certain poise and charm or assertiveness. And confident people have a certain air about them that makes you want to get to know them because you want to know what makes them so self-assured. So walk tall with your head held high and wear clothes that show off your best features. I'm not saying that you should dress up in flashy clothing or go out of your way to stand out, but rather wear the right clothes for your body type so you feel good about yourself. You know your style best, so play to your strengths. Do not worry about fitting into one particular look. Instead, wear what feels more natural to you, and as a result, you will be hotter because it will also make you happier. So try standing in front of the mirror and picking out the things that you really like about your style. Number 4, use a similarity attraction effect to become more attractive to your love interest. The similarity attraction effect refers to the tendency of people to be attracted to others who are similar to themselves in important respects. This includes both physical and emotional attraction, as well as wanting to be around the other person. And research has demonstrated that we pick romantic partners who have similar backgrounds and characteristics and beliefs. As they say, birds of a feather flock together. Now, how can you apply this to becoming more attractive? Well, you become more attractive when you recognize and highlight your similarities and the things you have in common. So, while getting to know the guy that you're interested in, ask him important questions about his beliefs and his goals and ambitions and hobbies and interests. And when you find that you have things in common, be sure to point them out. And in addition to talking about your similarities, engage in activities that reflect the things you have in common. For example, do the two of you like going to the beach together or watching particular movies or series? Are you into the same movie or sports or hobbies? Wherever there is something in common, highlight that thing and try to participate in that experience with him. Do not be afraid to try something new together because you both might love it and that will make you more attractive in his eyes. By the way, I'm psychologist and relationship coach Dr. Antonio Borrello. This channel is all about helping you build great relationships so you can grow happy together. So join our supportive community by hitting subscribe and checking out the comment section. And feel free to talk about your situation and ask questions. And I'll do my best to answer all of you. Number 5, use the reciprocity of attraction principle to heighten his attraction for you. Reciprocity of attraction refers to the tendency for people to like others who express liking for them. We are attracted to people who are attracted to us. And this reciprocity of attraction is very powerful. And especially it's true for men. Men become attracted to you when they know that you are attracted to them. However, and this is most important, showing him you are attracted to him through your behavior like flirting is far more powerful and effective over telling him. That's because when you are flirting with him, there's some ambiguity and he has to interpret what your behavior and body language is telling him. And that adds to the mystique. And these are things that you can do to use the reciprocity of attraction principle. First, when you are greeting each other, make sure you give him a genuine smile and say his name and pay him a compliment and maintain good eye contact. Second, and this is a good one, use triangular eye contact to show him you're attracted to him. Start by looking at his right eye for a brief moment, then move your focus to his left eye, and then finally move your focus to his lips for a half a second. Then move your eyes back to look at his right eye again, as if you just made a triangle. It's very powerful and shows a man that you're really attracted to him. Third, when you're talking to him, run your hands through your hair to show off your confidence, or tuck your hair behind your ears with your fingers to show off your sexy cuteness. And men recognize this as a sign that you're attracted. Just don't overdo it. Use this move once every 5 to 10 minutes or so because it just looks too eager if you flip your hair too much. Also find opportunities to touch him. Touching a guy at the right moment will make him want to flirt with you. It's an involuntary response that makes him open up more and feel more comfortable with you. Now, obviously, I could go on and on about how to show a man that you're attracted to him without directly telling him. So if you're interested in a video like that, drop a comment below and let me know. Also, I love helping people with their dating and relationship problems, and I actually do one-on-one coaching with people all over the world through phone or video conferencing. So if you are needing specific advice, send me an email at antonioborrello@icloud.com and perhaps we can work together. I'll also include my email address down below. And if you want to know more about what men find beautiful, you can click here to watch this video, or click here to watch the video that YouTube thinks that you like. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.